Hi, this is Maria. Welcome to my craft room. Forgive my voice, I've been sick for days. Today we're making this beautiful card using Rustic Crate stamp set and the beautiful Stargazing Designer Series paper. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I apologize, I've missed a couple of episodes because I've been sick and I'm just now recovering. But I wanted to use some of this beautiful paper and this Stargazing, one of the planets. It's got so many beautiful fall colors. Now this, I will confess, calls out for lemon lime twist, and I don't have that. So we will be using granny apple green because it's a very good match. This one is berry burst, and we'll be using that as well today. Let's put those over here. And we're going to just recreate this. I made this as a sample and I just fell in love with it. I turned this berry burst on its side. I think this next card will do it nice and straight and centered. So then you can decide which you like best. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll put that just off screen so I can see what I'm doing. We're going to get our paper started. Let's see, I'm going to show you your cutting instructions while I get organized. All of this will be listed in the blog below. If you look at the video description, you will see a link to the blog post that covers this exact card, and that way you can get all the measurements. You don't have to write this down. Okay, so here's my little cutting board. We're going to, on this one, I use this pumpkin pie in the background. And in this one, we're going to use the very similar paper, but this is actually lemon lime twist. But we're going to do the rest of it just the same. Okay, so this first piece is going to be 4, and I believe these are already 4 by 5 1/4. Does anybody else cut their 12 by 12? I like to just cut into 4-inch strips so that they're just easier to handle and store. Alright, so this is our first layer. Here's my card base. Of course, the card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so it's a half of an 8 1/2 by 11, and then scored in half. So this is our first layer. Beautiful. I just like to make sure that I've cut things right. The next layer is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So basically I'm just taking it a 1/2 inch smaller than this one. So this is 4 and I need 3 1/2. This will leave us with a couple of little strips that you can use later for another project. So that was 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And like I said, that took a 1/2 inch off of both those, and that gives us a nice little matte layer. Alright, and then our basic white, we need 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. This is already 3 3/4, so I need 2 1/2 this way. Forgive me, my voice is coming and going, but I just had to get a video done today. Okay, and this little strip is going to be our little wording, and I've cut this at 1/2 inch by 4, 1/2 inch by 4, and then we'll just do the little trim to get the little flag tails, and I'll show you that as well here as we get going. Let's see, I'm gonna put this so you can see it. There we go. We'll move that around as we need. Alright, Rustic Crate. I really love this stamp set because you can make this into Christmas, you can make these into fall and harvest time. It's just so pretty. I love this stamp set. Rustic Crate. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to stamping. I'm going to, since here I used the orange to match this orange layer, we're going to use the green with the wording here. So this is my granny apple green because I don't have lemon lime twist. Oops. And this says blessed beyond measure. And I'm leaving myself some room to make a flag tail. Beautiful. And then that's it for this color. I'm going to put the flowers down the same way as I did that one, which is Berry Burst. Make sure you get nice even coverage and put this down right in the center. Beautiful. All right, that is all the stamping we're doing. Very easy card today. And then this, I don't like the roots, so we're just going to cover the roots with the wording. Easy peasy. All right, so on this card here, I did this layer nice and perfect to give us that little white border that I like. And the next layer I kind of put at an angle. I think this one we're going to do nice and straight so you can see the comparison and see which way you like best. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down with Stampin' Seal. Nice and straight. Get your corners lined up. Whoop. If you touch, that's the one thing about Stampin' Seal, it is not very forgiving. Make sure you are exactly where you want to be before you touch down. If you need to be more forgiving, use liquid glue. Here's my next layer. And we're going to go nice and straight. And down we go. And there's the change here. Off center, nice and straight. I don't know, I can't decide which I like better. Now on this card, I blurred, let's see if we can get nice and close here. I used a blender pen to get the color to run a little bit. And that is such an easy technique. This is the way it looks just freshly stamped. It looks very, very, very one-dimensional. So we're going to do the same thing that we did here. So I'm simply going to grab a blender pen. Let's go nice and close here. And all I'm going to do is drag this color around to give us some color. And I am simply dragging the color that's already on the page. We're not adding anything extra. This is a very fast and easy way to just give your card a little more interest rather than having that flat color. I mean, that's beautiful. If that's what you're after, that's beautiful. But I think this adds just a little extra touch and gives the little leaves and petals a little more dimension. And I'm literally just smearing the ink that's already on the page, and it gives it this nice colored in look with very little effort. Sometimes I'm in the mood to color, and sometimes I just want to get the card done. So unfortunately, I'm not feeling very well. And this is what happens when I don't feel well. As I just want to get things done quickly and efficiently. And this is a very good way to do that. Another thing you could do if you don't have a blender pen, if you have Wink of Stella, the Wink of Stella pens will do the same thing. Of course, those add some glitter as well as blending your background color here. Okay, almost done. That really didn't take very long at all. And look at the difference that makes. Beautiful. All right, so we're just going to attach this straight onto the card, and then we'll put this on with dimensionals after the fact. So I'm just going to go again with my Stampin' Seal. And we're going to square this up. And then this one we're going to put up on dimensionals. Let's go ahead and put a little flag tail on here. I'm going to cut this down a little bit. I cut it to 4 inches to begin with, just to make sure I had plenty of room to work with. Now to get the flag, I'm going to cut in the center about 1/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to take from the corner to that cut. And that'll give us a nice sharp flag. Just like that. Beautiful. Let's get the other side done as well. Cut in about 1/4 of an inch. I'm not measuring here, I'm just eyeballing this. And then from the corner to that point. And again on the other side. Beautiful. And there we have our nice little flag tail. I'll put this down just to cover the roots here of this plant. And we'll put that down on dimensionals. These are mini dimensionals. With my take your pick tool. I try to get the edges and at least one in the center, and that holds very well. And we'll just cover just like so. We'll add some bling. Now let's back up a little bit. On the original card, I used these white ones that come from the Neutrals Adhesive Back Sequence. So there's what that looks like. Very pretty, but they're kind of flat. So I think on this one we will go back to the iridescent rhinestones, my old favorites. They do happen to have similar coloring. You can see some green and some of this berry burst as well, both in these. So I think that's what we'll do on this one. We're going to get some little bitty ones. I like to work in 3s, so we'll get something a little bigger and something a little smaller. And that is it for this card. Easy peasy. And we've got a little dimension with the coloring in, simply using a blender pen. And then you can decide which do you like best. Do you like things off center a little bit, or do you want things perfectly aligned? Let me know in the comments which you like better. I hope you like my videos. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you are notified when I post a new video. Thanks for watching.